So I think I'm just going to put this down here as well. Boom. So that should keep mobs from spawning naturally within a, oh, there's the chunk loader, in a 128 block radius, which should cover my entire island. Pretty sure. If I find anything else spawning, I can always make another one and place it down somewhere else. But that should keep me from having to deal with mobs sneaking up on me all the time, because it's more irritating than anything else. Ooh, it's still chugging away there. And it's the nice thing about the Magnum Torch is it doesn't stop things like Cursed Earth or mob spawners from doing their thing. So it's a good solution to a kind of an annoyance. Alright, so while that's still chugging away, let's go check out our board, actually, wandering around aimlessly. So there's quite a few things I can pull off this one. Charging pad, yep. Ender IO Enchanter, done. Ranged weapon, still need tier 3 Magnum Torch. There we go. Alright, tier 3 crafter. We might as well make that while that's finishing up, because the tier 3 crafter is actually quite easy to make. Almost ridiculously easy for as useful and as nice as this thing is. So the tier 3 crafter is actually the crafter from RF Tools. And I think that's towards the end here, maybe? Where is it? Oh, here, there. So it starts with the crafter tier 1, which is just 2 crafting tables outside a machine frame and 2 redstone torches. I don't have the crafting benches, so we're going to need a bunch of these, actually. Crafting. Let's just make a whole mess of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make 8 of them. Sure. Alright, so we need to go back to RF Tools. So the tier 1 crafter, easy enough. To get the tier 2 crafter, it's just the same thing with the tier 1 crafter in the middle. Boom. To get the tier 3 crafter, surprise, surprise, same thing. So ridiculously easy to make. And what these things do is if you give them power... Wow, that placed really awkward. That's fine. Is that you can put up to 8 recipes into them, and if it has the items to make that recipe, it'll just automatically craft them and either kick it back out into this area or kick it out down here. And the reason I want to do that, let me grab some, hopefully I got some cobblestone. Oh, got tons of cobblestone. The reason I want to do that is that in order to get to the deep dark, I need to make bedrockium ingots. Or I just need to make compressed cobblestone. Yeah, I just need to make compressed cobblestone. Bedrockium ingots are for the bedrockium drum, which is also awesome. So, basically, to make compressed cobblestone, you put that in there. Oh, sorry, I have to actually select a recipe slot. You put your recipe in here, hit, and then this will say either put into the external or internal buffer. I want to go to the internal buffer, and this will say all means it'll try to use everything that's in inventory. Keep will try to keep at least 1. I want it to use all. Hit apply, and boom. See, it quickly made that compressed cobblestone. I drop this in there, and it makes some more. So then the next thing I need to do is take this compressed cobblestone, put it up there, go to internal, and hit apply. And now we have a double compressed cobblestone. And I need to make a bunch of quadruple compressed cobblestone. So I'll come back and finish that off later. I'll probably hook it up to a cobble generator just so that I can get what I need in order to make bedrockium and the deep dark portal. But that's a pretty easy thing to do. So yeah, that's pretty much the easiest way to make the compressed cobblestone that you need in order to get the compressed cobblestone and the bedrockium items. So good, tier 3 crafter. Wow, almost taking care of the entire random list. Thing is, I want a ranged weapon, but I have no idea which one I want yet. I actually haven't looked at it too much, so I'll probably either do that between sessions or just before the next one. Alright, so all this stuff can go in there. Put those in there too. I'll just pull them out when I want to add more stuff to the list. Alright, so now I need to make... Oh, shoot. What was I making? Oh, oxygen gear. That's right. So that starts with oxygen gear. To do that, I need an oxygen concentrator, which starts with an oxygen vent. So I've got one of those. And then I need a tin canister, which is just tin. Good. And then this guy. Good. And then some of these. I'm going to need a bunch of those, so I'll put that in there. So those are oxygen pipes, which are used for piping oxygen around the Galacticraft stuff. I'm going to need to bring some of that with me for setting up oxygen stuff. So there's my oxygen gear. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on right now. Because otherwise, no, because I might die or something. I'm going to put this in the moon chest. The last thing I'll do before I leave for the moon will be to check that chest, so hopefully I'll see it. Okay, another thing I need is a space helmet. The other thing that I needed was that it's actually a frequency helmet or frequency analyzer or something like that. I even looked it up and then I forgot it. So anyway, so Galacticraft. Now the oxygen mask, that's what it's called. So it's just an iron helmet surrounded by glass panes. I don't think I've got that iron helmet, so I'll have to make one. Boom. So then that's the oxygen mask. That works with the oxygen gear to make sure you get oxygen, of all things. Good. So then let's see if I can make that frequency helmet. What is it called? Oh, here it is. Frequency module. That's right. So that's just a basic way for compressed aluminum, compressed iron. No, I don't have the stuff for that yet. I'll need to compress some aluminum and iron. Let's just grab a stack of that and aluminum. Grab a stack of that too. So come over here. Let's start with the aluminum. And put this helmet in there. So while that's doing its thing, we can make some of the other things that I need, which should be the oxygen tanks. Okay, so I want to make the heavy oxygen tanks, which are 3 tin canisters, 3 compressed steel, and red wool. Okay, we're going to do this inside my factory because no. Alright, so oxygen tank. Alright, so I don't think I've got enough of these canisters, so we'll just make a bunch more. It's just tin, and I got tons of that. So I want to make a couple of these. Oh, I don't have red wool. And I need some floral red powder or some sort of red dye, which I think I should have. I should have those fire plant seeds. That's the reason I cultivated them, because I wanted them for the dye for this very project. Let's do... I don't want to do it there because that'll pull the whole half stack of it. Should be more than enough. Alright, so then I need some wool. Got tons of wool thanks to my cotton farm. Red dye in the middle. Boom. Alright, so that should be enough. So, oxygen tanks. Good. So I'm going to want 2 of those for on my person, and then let's say 1 is a hot swap. Good, because I just ran out of canisters. That should be plenty to get me going. And I'll be filling those up once I get to the next bit. This is probably... yeah. At least it lets you know it's still working. Alright, so oxygen compressor. That should be the next thing I make. And I'll need, to go with that, I'll need an oxygen... Actually, I might be able to just hook this right up to my oxygen production that's going on over there. Well, let's do it the right way. I need to start with an oxygen collector, which is a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and it needs some of that compressed aluminum. Well, let's start it on this thing, and I'll run over and grab some. So, and then I need an oxygen fan. I'm going to run out of those basic wafers at this rate. And then I need one of these, which is another tin. Another vent. Build that, and then I gotta go grab some of that aluminum. Should have everything for the oxygen collector. Good. That can go over there with all the other stuff. Once again, the oxygen collector's got very specific connections. So then I'll have to move this cable over here, because as you can see, these little sparkle effects means it's collecting oxygen. In fact, you can see it's already starting to gather it. This is so I can fill those tanks. Can I fill the tank? No, that's the battery slot. So then I pump that over into that compressor. You done yet? Oh, still got a while to go. Okay. So then let's build that armor stand, and then I can... Basically, I want to build the armor stand so that I can put all of my old armors on display as I as I get through with them. And there are a couple of different ones on here. I'm thinking there's the Bibliocraft one, but there's also the Traveler's Gear one, which I think is nicer. So let's just make one of those, and then I'll grab my old armor, which is stashed over here. As you can see, that helmet is almost gone. I actually didn't need the chest plate, but I figured if I'm going to make some armors if I'm going to take my old armors and put them on display, I might as well make the chest plate along with everything else. Otherwise, I'm going to have to dump my jetpack on this thing every time I do it. You see my floating TV, I still haven't fixed that. One of the things that got kind of messed up a little bit in the move. I'm going to put this right here, I think, and I should be able to, yeah. Boom, 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 and boom. Yeah, there we go. And you can put some stuff down. And you can kind of tweak this however you want it to make it kind of neat looking. So, yeah, I like those. So that's my armor stand. I'll probably create a better place for these eventually, but for now, it'll guard my door. Put those in there, and then I need the oxygen compressor. Boom. And then I'm also going to need some of that oxygen cable. And I'm also going to need, oh, what is it? The universal cable. I don't need elite. Basic will be good enough. Ugh. You're killing me, system. Alright, so put this out here. And then this guy will go there. And then I got to run this glass stuff from there to there. Good. So then that should be feeding its oxygen now directly into here. Yep. So then if I take those tanks that I had earlier, just grab one of them for now. I'll fill the rest of them up off camera. Put that in there, and it'll slowly start filling it up, which is good. And it's going to take a while, so again, I'm going to do all that off camera. So that's just about all the oxygen gear, actually. I got the oxygen compressor. So now I'm missing a couple of things from oxygen gear that are optional, but I should do anyway. Let's go with the frequency module, which I should be able to make now. Frequency. Oh, that's right. All the... there we go. Hopefully I can make that. Yeah, okay. And that uses up my last basic. Frequency module just so you can hear stuff in space. Kind of a luxury, but not too hard to make, so kind of worth it. And then I need the parachute. Do I have enough? Oh, you got a die parachute, which is just canvas and string, and canvas is just string and sticks. So 2, 3, and then that guy. And why don't we dye it? What kind of dyes do I have? Pink. We're going to dye it pink. There we go. Boom. Pink. That'll match my sword. So now I've got a parachute. And that's for if I take the rocket back to if I take the rocket back to the overworld instead of just teleporting, the parachute makes it so that I don't die on reentry. Good. So that's all the oxygen gear now taken care of. Now I'm just filling it up. So what else do I need? I need the refinery and some canisters. Yes. Now the refinery is to take that oil that we collected last thing before this island moved and turn it into rocket fuel. So I need to make the refinery. Hopefully that's with stuff that I've already made. Oh, nope, I need copper canisters, and the rest is just plain stuff. So copper canisters, 2 of those. Boom. Yeah. Okay, so that's the refinery. And what that will do is that will take that oil that I picked up from, and there's probably oil down there too. Oh yeah, there's a lot of oil. That'll just take oil and turn it into rocket fuel. I'm going to start putting these on the other side. Alright. So if I take that, looks like maybe it needs to power through the top. Bugger. Okay, well I can put this then right there, and then use some of this cable. Alright, I'm going to need to figure out which side needs to go through what here. Okay, so that's where the fuel can go. Although I think I can, yeah, I can pipe fuel in through there. So then I still need to pipe into there. Good. Yeah, no oil. That's fine. I wonder if I can just drop the drum right into that thing. Probably not. Oh, what am I running over there for? I put this thing over here just so I wouldn't have to run back there all the time. So there's the rest of those copper or bronze plates. Alright, so then I need the drum of oil. Oh, and I gotta make one of those canisters. Canister. Which is this guy here. Which is tin, glass, steel, and regular canister. And I do have all that. I actually want to make a couple of those. So that I can take some fuel with me and empty the fuel out of the rocket when I get up to the top, or when I get to the moon. So if we put this, yep, there. And then my drum, which, oh, I did pull my drum out. Such a noob. Nope, okay. So I'll have to pump that in with fluid conduit, which I have plenty of. So just put a fluid conduit on the back here, put that to insert, and then the drum on top of that. Bamf. And then I need this guy here up to auto extract. Good. And that should just fill. Well, that's not working. I wonder if it's something to do with Ender IO, if it doesn't like that. Oh, I bet you that's it. I bet you I got it pointed at the wrong thing. Alright, so let's just wrench. There it goes. Yeah, I had it in the out. Good. So that'll just slowly convert that to fuel and fill that tank. Again, I'll fill the other. I want to fill one of these other ones, and then the other one needs to come up empty with me. So good, we are doing great on the Galacticraft stuff, which is good because I don't have a whole lot of time left, but that's everything on this board. I have cleared number 1. Good. Armor. Alright, let's work on the armor real quick. For that, I'm going to need that titanium. As I said, I have a ton of titanium, so we're just going to take 2 stacks of titanium and compress them. Basically, to make titanium armor, you take heavy titanium or compressed titanium plates and just put them into the same general shapes that you do for other armor. How's this guy doing? Oxygen tank full. Good. So we'll just swap a new one of those in. I said I was going to do this off camera, but since I was here anyway. There. Okay. So while that's doing its thing, let's take a look at all the other things on my board here. Resonant jetpack. Let's do that. AE automation, I think I'm going to probably wait for a different night to do that. So that shouldn't be too difficult. I should have all the stuff I need to make a resonant jetpack. Nope, let's just throw all those in there. Pull those out later when I redo the board. Don't need that anymore. Don't need those. Good. Alright, so resonant jetpack. So this is lots of Enderium, my current jetpack, which I'll have to pull off, and then thrusters. So let's start with the thrusters. Pneumatic servos, I think actually I've got enough of those. So let's just go into these innervation dynamos, which is a lot of electrum and some redstone transmission coils. Let's see, I will need, let's see if I can calculate this right. I always calculate this wrong. So I need 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 times 2 is 2, so I need 10 of them. I always calculate it as 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Alright, let's see what of this stuff I'm missing. None of it. Good. Oh, well, spoke too soon. Alright, so I need a couple more of those. A couple more of the redstone transmission coils. 2 more should do it. Oh, wrong one. Blast. Oh, I'm terrible. Terrible. Alright, this is what we're doing. 2 more of those. Good. Now we've got all those that we need. And hopefully we've got all of this. Oh, the other thing to notice is that there's this aluminium in there. Ooh, shoot. I missed it. Aluminium is made, if I remember correctly, with glowstone and gold, I want to say. What is it? It's glowstone, silver, and tin in an alloy smelter. You can also do it with powders, but that gives you... I'm pretty sure I already did that, just because the alloy smelter is so slow. I mean, it's awesome. It allows you to skip a lot of extra processing, but it is kind of slow. Oh, what am I missing? What was that down at the center? Oh, pneumatic servos, the things I said I probably had enough of. Throw 4 of those in there. Which I only needed 2, but I'll find uses for those. Alright, good. Got my resonant thrusters. So I'm almost done here already. Resonant flux capacitor. I gotta go all the way up through all this. So there's the basic one. Oh, bugger. And that guy. And then that guy. And then that guy. Oh, I do not have the pyrotheum, which uses more of my dwindling blaze powder stock, but it's for a good cause. Good, so got that. Now I think I gotta so I gotta take off my pack and pull the armor plate out of it. Good. So then, yeah, it doesn't keep it. So what was that? Resonant. Oop. Good. Resonant jetpack. So this is the second to highest tier of jetpacks from Simply Jetpacks. The one above it, the Solarium level jetpack, is a lot more difficult to make. Simply Jetpack. It would be the flux-infused jetpack. In order to make that, I need some flux-infused armor, flux-infused plating, cryotheum cooling units, the resonant jetpack with armor on it, the resonant flux pack with armor on it, and fluxed thrusters. That is a beast to make, and I'm not doing that tonight. I do eventually want to do that, but just not tonight. The other thing I need to do is upgrade my plating to Enderium plating, which should just be 10 Enderium and those Invars, so should still have enough of that. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Alright, so then I will come over here to induction smelter, make sure that it is unlocked. No, I need to unlock it. It was already. Those go in there, and that guy goes there. So that processes through real fast. We'll see if I can snag it before my my collection system does. Nope. Alright. So if I go plate, there I go, my Enderium plating with the resonant jetpack with armor. So yeah, that gives a little bit more armor than my last pack, but not a lot, just another half piece. Yeah, I'll charge it up later. I don't want you guys to have to watch me stand there. So by now, I should be ready to put together my titanium armor.